Greetings, coin people. Thanks for being here today. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. Please remember that on social media, you have to do the social media thing so the social media overlords will stay happy. And today we have an open box video of ancients that we got back 5 months later from NGC. And actually, I super appreciate getting them back. And I love looking at ancients. I do not have price points on all of these worked up yet. I just got the box back. And we're going to go through and just explore ancients together. And so this one took a little bit longer because you'll notice sometimes we'll have a grade plus surface quality, etc., etc. So that is on the more expensive side. You spend a little bit more to get those labels. These I spent a little bit less on because most of these coins are probably in the $100 to $200 range. And so I didn't do the full service. Is a little bit less expensive. This group is going to be fun. Plautilla, awesome. I love looking at old coins and seeing exactly what their hairdo is like. You know, helps me glow up. So you can actually see Plautilla's name on here, sort of. I don't know, it can be kind of hard for you to see, possibly, but that's what that says there. So anytime you get to see some ancient Roman coins that are certified by NGC, I think that says Concordia on the back there on this one. And it has the extra description on it. Just know someone paid extra for that, and it's awesome to have because otherwise there's a whole lot more research. Here's a pretty rough looking piece, but I thought it was super cool because it's actually a really scarce reverse here with the elephant, and an elephant never forgets. And an elephant in plaid is even more dangerous. So a very, very cool type here for Antoninus Pius. There's so many vowels and consonants kind of running together here. And I didn't do my aluminum linoleum this morning. Antoninus Pius. Very nice piece. Bronze, very fine condition, but it's all about the elephant on that. Here's a really cool piece. So anytime you see the real fat looking ones that look Roman, but they're kind of thick, those are almost always going to be from Egypt, Africa, but you know, Egypt. And so this one was super cool because, and then you see it's in Greek instead of in Latin. This is actually Egyptian Alexandria piece of Nero. So very cool piece. Once again, kind of scarce as far as an overall variety goes. So a number of these were a little bit more scarce, or they were just scarce and low grade or nicer. Here we go. This is Plautilla right all over again. There's a much, much nicer example. How cool is the cracked planchets on there? Denarius. And on the back, once again, you can see what it's supposed to look like. A lot of Roman coins that circulated were basically a type of commemorative. They would be issued and actually have some meaning to the back. This is Gallus. And I can tell this one I remember liking it's got a really cool tone to the back, which you get sometimes on ancients, you'll get just a little bit of a tone to them. And that actually has luster to it. It's hard to tell because all that lettering looks just so flat, but that's just how it was struck. They actually call this extra fine because it does have some luster there on the back of the coin still. All right, next up we have another denarius. This is Maximinus the First. And this is another one that was just kind of a nice looking example. PAX, some of you will know that term, Pax, peace. And then there it is, the name, the IMP, MAX, there it is, IMINUS, Pius Aug. So you can actually make out the name on this one even if you're not all that good at spelling or recognizing the letters. Oh, Lucilla, look at that. That's fun. By the way, Lucilla, Lucilla, you can make out the name again. Look at that portrait. Look at the hair. You can make out, the draped neckline. And you can see, I think, an affinity towards classical coins for the US when you see a design like this. They call this one Choice VF. What they say here? Brushed. So brushed would be basically brushed, like with a wire brush. It's kind of interesting on this one because, the obverse to me looks very original. The reverse, though, does not. And of course, we talk about this sometimes on US coins, just the difference in strike. Well, if they were using a more worn down die on the reverse and the obverse was a stronger die, you get this total juxtaposition of quality on the same coin. And that's something that can make it challenging to collect Roman coins, is trying to find stuff that has really solid quality on both sides. Some of the most frequently seen females are going to be Faustina Senior and Faustina Junior. Faustina Senior always has her hair up and Junior has her hair down. There's some pretty cool designs because they made so many different coins. Amongst the most popular, there is one with a peacock on the reverse, which is very cool. So this is a posthumous issue, choice very fine. That means that it was issued after her death. That's it. Your legacy is confirmed after you die. That's right. That's it. All right, and here we have, whoops, almost dropped another one. Wouldn't have been the first time this coin's been dropped. A very, very famous portrait. Here's that really cool bold eagle from the Senate. A little bit bigger. This is actually an issue of Augustus, Caesar Augustus, 27 BC to 14 AD. They say smoothing over here. I think I would ask them to maybe increase the size of the lettering over here because it's very easy to completely miss that when you're looking at a label. Smoothing is common on ancients and on medieval coins, especially bigger ones. So if you look at the field between his portrait and the lettering, there's a lot of scratches, and that is the smoothing. Someone was trying to make the portrait stand out more. Or they also were removing some of that junkety junk on there. So, but this is Augustus, another posthumous issue. This is issued under Tiberius. But a very cool bronze piece. And possibly pretty scarce on that one. We'll have to double check. All right. If you just want a really nice looking ancient and you're not too particular about the ruler and the history, Severus Alexander seems to be someone who cared a lot about how his coins were struck, because I've seen a lot of his pieces that look just lovely. The centering is nice. They had that beaded collar on these coins, really well done. and his beard's coming in better than mine. Extra fine condition on this guy. Severus Alexander. This one's kind of interesting. So this is Domitian, and this is issued in Cappadocia, Caesarea, choice fine. This is the type of coin that if they had their full system on here, you would have a one. You would have a 1 for the surface quality. So this is wild though. So this one, maybe if we can grab a picture of what that's supposed to look like. I believe that's like the king on the clouds or something. It's a very unusual design. So once again, it was a lower grade coin, but it's one of the ones with the scarce designs to it. And that's the same thing as having the elephant on the previous coin, or one of the earlier coins we looked at. This design is so off the rails different than most things that you see on a Roman coin that I was like, oh, that one is neat. I'm going to have to get that certified just because it's really kind of cool. Yo, Hadrian. Here's another one, Hadrian. This one is very good, well worn, with scratches. Denarius, AD 117 to 138. And this is another one that I got certified because it's a very scarce type. So this is Egypt. Oh man, there's the scratches, unfortunate. So that means that's not a kiwi if that's Egypt. I don't remember what bird that is right offhand. Here we go with another Hadrian. This one's a little bit nicer condition, much nicer looking portrait. There you go. A much nicer looking Egypt. So once again, just to give you an example of what it's like to collect Roman coins, you can just see the absolute totally different quality between these two. And even though they're calling it a 1 grade difference between the VG and the fine, that's a very technical thing. But on top of that, it's like, I mean, it's pretty clear that the coin on the right is just kind of heads and tails above the one on the left. So that entire series, that one says Egypt on it. You'll see other ones with a symbol of Africa in different areas, which is kind of cool. All right, I must have done it again. Here's another Hadrian, another Egyptian piece, another kind of one of those thick versions of the tetra. Choice fine on this guy. And this one is actually double-headed, kind of rough, kind of rough. I'm just kind of thinking this one maybe I should have sent in the other way so I get the full description on there. That one might be a booger trying to find the right one. And last but not least, oh, this is, boy, this is I think one of the rare ones actually. It's a really low grade version of one of the rarest ladies out there. So this is, okay, this is wild. Now what happened here? I wonder if they automatically put this under the higher issue and charged me for it. Now I have to go back and look because it has the full description here, surface and strike quality on a fine. Julia Titi from 790 to 79 to 90 AD, issued under Titus, reverse Venus at column. And so wild and crazy stuff. Yeah, they must have charged me extra on this one. That's me at the bar, just kind of chilling. But definitely one that's a very hard issue to get. So I've mentioned before that kind of the thing that I enjoy the most, or the thing that I sort of collect, or have collected over the years, is females on ancient coins, because I find that to be just kind of a neat little area. You can go down that rabbit hole, and there's a lot of them out there that you never see and you've certainly never heard of. All right, guys, thanks so much for being here today. I appreciate it as always. Like, share, subscribe. Leave your comments down below. I'm Ben the Coin Geek, and we will catch you next time.